Take one. So really what it's here for, I think, as you can see, the bonnet's a bit of colour. We're not doing anything with that, but the bonnet didn't get put back on that well, and it's rubbed the paint through there on the front panel. So we're going to adjust the bonnet and sort that out. And there's just a little bit of damage down here that we're going to deal with, some of these chips. And also we're going to get these powder coated in yellow and take the tape off, just so they look a lot more tidy. So we've got the little 100E in the oven. We primed this up yesterday. So we put one coat of wet on wet epoxy on it, and then we put some high build acrylic primer on. When we baked it, it all reacted and pickled up. It's probably just got some sort of, I don't know, like a layer that's never really dried out that well, and that's what can happen. So we stripped all this corner off again, and we just went with an epoxy primer because there's no thinners in it. You know, it's not really aggressive and it just sticks to the surface. So that's what we've done with that. This car's had so much interest on our social media. It's just, you know, unbelievable how many people have commented on it and stuff. So I've actually been speaking to a couple of people that was involved with the build of this car when it was first ever built. And it's been through a few different forms over the years, but apparently he told me this is Ferrari Corsa Rosso, the colour. So we actually went through our colour chips, found that, and it matches really well. So we're going to put some waterborne base coat on this, just because obviously no thinners in it, it's not aggressive, so just in case we get any reactions anywhere or anything. So I think Duncan's mixed some colour in our Wave waterborne base coat. So we're going to get some of that on now, and then we'll lacquer this in a bit of our Spectral 52500. So Duncan's all ready to go. We'll get the camera on him and film a bit of that for you. This is just in case we get evaded by the Daleks. We can zap them with it. Is that right, Duncan?
No. This is actually the new phaser gun. Set to stun. Bang bang. Yeah. Star Trek.
Like I keep saying, it must be the paint fumes. So another important thing that I've mentioned before is actually tacking your masking sheet off. Like I say, when this gets pulled off the roll, it obviously gets a lot of static created as it's coming off of its roll. So, you know, you get lots of dust up to that. So a good tack off the masking makes a massive difference. There is a few stone chips and that on this front panel. We were never doing them. It was just really about tidying this bit up so it didn't go rusty. Obviously with a race car, it's going to get plenty of stone chips. So it was just a bit of a tidy up. Our customer just likes to keep his race cars looking, you know, really pristine. I don't blame him for that. I totally get it, even though it's a race car. So yeah, that's why we're tidying it up at the moment. So we put what we call just a check coat on. So one really light coat, just to make sure there's no contamination or anything going on. Then we'll dry that down, literally 20 seconds, that'll be dry. And then we'll just go on with 2 full wet coats, because it's a solid colour. You know, we don't need to do any drop coats on this. Let that flash off until it's fully matte. We'll give it another 10 minutes after that, and then we'll put 1.5 coats of our 32500. Sorry, our 52500. Too many numbers. So we'll just blend this colour in and then lacquer over. You know, we're going to be edge to edge here, but the colour was a really good match. We've got a little flip edge set up there, so it just softens the edge of that fresh lacquer. Right, so on with a full wet coat now. You can see how good the coverage is, you can see there, but when that's dried down, one more coat, that'll be spot on. So just plugging in the blowers to dry it. We haven't even got the burner on in the oven. I think it's about 21, 22 degrees because it's fairly warm outside. So yeah, that'll dry off in no time. Ready for the next one. Actually, I think we're going to clear coat this with our 56500. Little job like this, it'll be dried in 20 minutes, and then the job, apart from painting the toe eyes yellow, put it back together, and it's another little one out of the way. So the base coat's all dried down. We're just anti-statting it and giving it a tack off, and we're actually going to lacquer this with our 56500. This is Noble Spectral fastest drying clear coat, so a 5-minute bake at 60 degrees, and the application of this is 1.5 coats. So when I say 1.5 coats, the first coat needs to be a half coat but fully closed, so that means that you can't see any pinholes through it and it's not open at all, fully closed. We'll leave that for about 5 minutes until it's tacked off, and then we'll put one full wet coat on it, and that's as much as you need of this clear coat. It's a VHS, so that's plenty of material. Sometimes we'll just go one coat on a bumper in small areas, but this is the preferred way of doing it. So Duncan's going to get the first coat on now, and I'll explain to you what I mean about a light coat but fully closed. Everyone's relying on you, Duncan. Just keeping away from that area, the little flip edge, because obviously we don't want too much material on that. Semi coat but fully closed. So when you can see there's got no little holes in the clear coat, so that's what we mean by fully closed. So we'll give that 5 minutes to flash off. Right, so we're back in the oven ready for the next coat. A good way to tell if it's ready to apply the next coat, you know, if you touch a wet area of tape and your glove just sticks to it slightly, that's a good indication that the next coat is going to stick to it properly as well. If it's really runny and still a bit too wet, there's a good chance that the next coat will run off of it. So it's just a good indication. But we've given it 5 minutes on a little timer we've got in the mixing room. So here we go. That's it then, we'll let it flash off 5 minutes. We'll give it a bake. It needs 60 degrees for 5 minutes, but we'll put the oven on for about 10 or 12 minutes because it will take a few minutes to get up to temperature, and then we'll let it cool off, get it outside, put it back together. So all painted and finished, we're going to get it out the oven, put it all together on the trailer, back to the customer.
I hold on to this storm 'cause I need to be swept away, swept away. I'm cornered in the cold where you left me. Left again, left again.